And according to Mills, the vast forests and lakes throughout the Southeast Ohio region, as signs, posters, and walls like the graffiti wall behind me, member Micah McCary discussed last night a missing piece in city code. Coming out of the pandemic, these big sporting events are a driving force to bring these bars and restaurants back to where they were. Southeast Ohio recently got a makeover as signs, posters, and walls like the graffiti wall behind me got decked out as Joe Burrow took the field for another one of his primetime games.
Joe Burrow, Athens High School.
Joe Burrow's Super Bowl introduction perfectly speaks to his relationship with Athens County, a star quarterback who loves where he came from and the community brought together through his historic second season in the NFL.
He's never forgotten where he's come from, and a lot of that comes from his parents. He's well-grounded. He's always thinking of other people than himself.
Those 5 words, only lasting a couple seconds, is just the latest example of Burrow using his platform to bring attention to Southeast Ohio. He also did it in 2019 during his Heisman acceptance speech.
I'm up here for all those kids in Athens and in Athens County that, go home to not a lot of food on the table, hungry after school. You guys can be up here too.
Spotlighting Athens, food insecurity, and poverty, giving the next generation hope in the matter of 30 seconds. Those words not only brought hope, it sparked over $1.5 million in donations to tackle the issue of food insecurity since the speech. And it brings even more pride to the Plains.
Things that he's done for the food bank in this area are just super. That you couldn't, and nobody asked him to do it. He just did it on his own because he wanted to. So we're real proud of him. Glad to say that we live in the town that Joe Burrow's from.
The Burrow family went to a church in a different town that were rivals throughout high school. But Rusty Thomas said rivalries are aside when Joe Burrow hits the field.
So even though we are separate communities, we are one big community, especially in a small area. And everybody knows everybody, and so it's exciting to be able to rally together to support Joe Burrow.
And it seems clear Joe Burrow is excited to rally around Athens. For Newswatch, I'm Nick Viland in Athens.
Thank you, Nick.
Nestled in the Hocking Hills, Logan, Ohio is known as an outdoor destination. But if you believe B. Mills, it's also home to something else.
This creature called Bigfoot.
Known as the Bigfoot capital of the state, the city is putting on its first ever Bigfoot festival in August.
Being able to have this festival to help encourage not only Bigfoot, fun, education, conservation, but a little bit of restoration.
And according to Mills, the vast forests and lakes throughout the Southeast Ohio region that you can see here create a perfect environment for Sasquatch.
So this area is kind of a really nice nexus to be able to hone in on the possibility of Sasquatch living in this area. Back that up with the reports and the evidence that we've accumulated from this area, it just makes sense.
The mayor of the city sees the festival as a great opportunity to use the mystique of Bigfoot to draw people to town.
Interest that people have, and the fact that we've got this Bigfoot thing going on out there, why not capitalize on it? Why not get people to come down?
Part of the proceeds from the festival will go to the revitalization of the Logan Theater. Theater president James Martin sees the theater being a huge part of the community when it's done.
Something like this that wasn't pulled down, and there was an opportunity to revitalize it, get it back in, be at the heart of the community, and actually make it better than it ever was. To me, it was just something that I really, really wanted to do, and I thought I could give back to Logan.
For Newswatch, I'm Nick Viland in Logan. Growing concern over Athens County's rising cases will bring an indoor mask mandate to Monday's agenda. Mayor Steve Patterson hopes to move the proposed ordinance along quickly.
Likely seek suspension of the rules to get it passed and out there. And again, what it will mean is that both vaccinated and unvaccinated people will be required to wear a face covering when entering into places open to the public.
Recently passed Senate Bill 22 in Ohio wouldn't allow health organizations to require mask mandates. The Athens law director says the city can.
So we as a statutory city certainly can examine what's going on in our city and make a decision as to the public health and safety of the city's residents.
If the ordinance passes, Athens City Council member and Donkey Coffee manager Ben Ziff says customers will have to abide by the new rules.
I mean, if you don't have one on, you can't come in. I mean, that's all there is to it, realistically. And I'm sure we're going to get some people who are upset about that. And I will be as kind as I can possibly be. But if you don't have one on, you can't come in. And that's the way that the language in the bill reads as of now. So that's what we're going to be saying.
Athens previously lifted its mask mandate for vaccinated individuals in May, but if passed, this amendment will now cover everyone. And I'm Nick Viland. Welcome to Newswatch, your source for news impacting southeastern Ohio. Many Ohioans are still without power after Winter Storm Landon. The ice storm left thousands without power over the weekend, and many are still feeling those effects today. Many customers of South Central Power Company are experiencing their 6th day without power and no word of when the power will be restored. A majority of those without power are located in rural parts of Hocking and Perry counties. South Central Power says that the reason for these outstanding outages is because of the rural location of the homes and the tremendous devastation across the county. Also citing downed trees, fallen power lines, and broken electricity poles as reasons for the outage. The company hopes to have restored power to its customers by tomorrow, but says customers could have to wait till Friday.